From its founding in 1936, the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts has featured American art as an integral part of its international holdings. But it wasn't until 1988, when J. Harwood and Louise B. Cochrane endowed a fund for the purchase of art of the United States, that the museum was able to develop not just a good American collection, but an outstanding one. 2 decades later, more than 30 paintings, sculptures, and decorative art objects have been acquired with Cochrane funds. As members, patrons, trustees, and friends, the Cochranes have lovingly given their support and time to the museum over these many years. And the legacy of their generous endowment will enrich generations of museum visitors to come.
My first recollection, really, of the museum is when we lived in Rockville. The Rockville Women's Club was asked to host the Artmobile that went around the country. And it came to Hollis, Virginia, which was close by. So I spent 2 hours one day there as a hostess. And I remember that they had some beautiful landscape paintings there. But later on, I became more interested in art. I was asked to join the council, and that really opened a field for me. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and then I began to get acquainted with what's here, because I did take the training for docent. We called them tour guides in those days. Sometimes some people would come in and would ask about a certain painting. They always gave that job to me for some reason, to take them upstairs and tell them the little bit that I knew about it. My interest in the museum seemed to grow from that.
It was about 1955 before we really had any money that we could give to anybody and make a difference. But at that point it began to build up, and really we were anxious to, as I said, adopt some program that we could truly make a difference in. And we had 3 or 4 such programs. And then we had an urge to branch out further. That's how we ended up with the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. We began to ask questions and everything, and I like what I heard. I mean, we were very conscious as to whether we giving to one group or another group and everything. When you get to the museum, I mean, it's perfect for the young and the old, the black and the white, the rich and the poor. I mean, it serves them all. So that's another thing that really, as we talked about it and questioned more, that certainly became an important factor in it.
But then how we led up to American art. A gentleman asked, how about American art? We don't have much. So I said, that's it. That's the perfect thing. So that's the way it's been ever since, American art. And it helps a lot to see that it's growing, and that we can have a part in that. And we hope it will be very educational for children to come as we get older. School children come here, I know, for tours regularly, and I'm sure that they would enjoy the American art. It's been fabulous, really. Each piece has been different and a different experience. The abundance of nature is certainly top on my list, and so is the cropsey. We bought cropsey a good while ago, and the quince blossoms That was much, much earlier. And then we have a lovely Tiffany screen. There's also a Philadelphia chair somewhere. So there have been different things other than paintings.
Cleopatra's my favorite. I think she's going places. The hound, wounded hound, I like that also. Colonel Bletchley, I like that one very much.
The only thing I can think about the future, I hope it will grow. The American exhibitions here, I hope they will grow.
Well, I think with a new building and better display and larger crowds, I think the American art will take off. So American art's come a long ways, and it's certainly many things in the making. It'll make it real outstanding as far as the museum's concerned. Great things will happen.
We've been delighted to be associated with the Virginia Museum. And believe me, wherever I have traveled, and that's been a lot of places, most places we go, they know about the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. And that pleases us very much.
Well, there's joy, a certain joy in giving, particularly if you're giving for something you believe in. I mean, there's certainly a real joy that you get out of it. We are glad we found you.